Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ben and I am a software engineer. And for today's video, I'd like to get back to working on this Pixel app that we talked about last time. Just to catch you up, if this is your first video of mine, we're building a Android app that has it's going to have a chessboard. It's going to have pieces, and you can play a game of chess. And so today, we don't have any pieces just yet, but we do have a board. And I kind of want to do a couple things. One is I want to make this app compatible with light and dark mode. And so, as you can see right now in the emulator, it's in light mode. So if I go to settings and turn on dark theme and go back to the app, you can see the action bar here and the bottom nav bar. Um, those switch, but the background doesn't. But what's nice though is that we have our theme, and our theme is already compatible with switching back and forth between dark mode and light mode. So that's what you can see here. So what I'd like to do is just go ahead and remove this background that we're applying to the column and see if by doing so we can actually update this app to be more responsive to actual device theme. So I'll restart and there we go. So as you can see now, the background is more in line with the actual device theme. And let's just switch to light mode just to make sure that still works. And yeah, we can see the system bar here at the top with the battery, Wi-Fi, all that. And then the bottom here is also white and it kind of matches up pretty nicely. Okay, great. So we got that out of the way. So now let's go ahead. The other thing I wanted to do is kind of move this out. Move this column down a little bit and actually make a text box that's going to house a little bit of text. And in that text is going to be kind of a dynamic update where whenever you click on one of the squares of the chessboard, it updates the text. So first off, let's see, where should we put this text? Probably want it in the column. So right here in the column, we can have a text. I'll just put test text for now. Import that composable. So here I'm just calling this composable, passing in this text. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, perfect. Okay. That shows up right above the board. That's fine. I'm okay with that. And because it's centered and because we are centered horizontally, it's right in the center of the screen. So that's great. And another thing too is because of this theme, like I was saying earlier, we have a dynamic adjustment. So if I switch back to dark mode, which is my personal preference, there we go. The text updates to a light color automatically for us. So it's great. Okay. So, but we don't want it to say test text. We want it to say, like I said earlier, we want it to say the actual square. And if you're familiar with chess, they don't call them rows and columns. They call them ranks and files. Okay, I went ahead and updated the IDE to show the text a little bit larger so it's easier to read and follow along. Okay, so what we want to do next is we have this text displaying, which is great, but we wanted to update it dynamically on click on one of the boxes of the chessboard. So to do that, well, we'll have to add a clickable function to our box, the modifier of each of the boxes. And in here, we're going to update the text with the square chords. So a little note for later. Okay, but we need somewhere to actually store that value. So we're going to do a var. Another var, we'll call it selected square. And then we'll do by remember. Remember is just used to save values in between recompositions. So for whatever reason, if the view needs to get, the element needs to get redrawn, the value will stay. Okay, so in here we're going to do immutable state of, just pair to keep it simple. Do a char because that's what the files are. It's file first, so on a chessboard, the bottom left square, this one here is A1. So we'll just do that as a default value, A1 there. Okay, now it's complaining that we're not using this. So what we can do now is just in our clickable function, we can go ahead and just update selected square equal to pair, and then we'll do file first, right? So file and rank, right? So that's getting updated. And let's run this, see what happens. All right, so as you can see, these things are clickable, but this text still wasn't getting updated. So what we need to do is actually display the new updated text. So we can put that here, and we have to use a little bit of a shortcut here where we actually convert the value into a string, because right now it's in a pair. So we'll do selected square dot first, because that's the first element, which is the file. And then right next to that, go ahead and do selected square again. And then second, because that's the second value, which is the rank. Okay. So now we're updating this in our text box. Like I said, these are just basically placeholders, and then it all gets converted into a string with the double parentheses, or the double quotes, my bad, surrounding this this code here. Let's run that. Great. So we have our default value, which is A1. We haven't actually clicked anything, so let's go ahead and see. Okay, so that's odd. A1, it's saying A1 is up here in the top left, but it should be down here. It says A8. So let's see, are the files correct? Yes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's all correct. Oh, okay. So I see what's going on. So basically, we have our ranks. We're going through each rank, but we're going from 1 to 8. This is going from 1 all the way up to 8, iteratively, one by one. And we actually need to do the opposite. So I think what we can do is just kind of swap this around. So instead of going from 1 to 8, we're going to go from 8 down to 1. And you can see that here. That's what this function does. And that shouldn't affect anything else because we're only using this actual value one time to update our text. And the index is what is only used to calculate the color of the square. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, and there we have it. So A1 is down here. Click on that. B1, C1, D1, and so on. Perfect. That looks right. Page, yep. Perfect. We did it. Once again, thanks for joining me. If you liked the content, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. See you next time.